and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me for another one of my videos, and it's 2019, whoop! Hope you all had a fantastic Christmas and New Year, whatever you are up to. I'm still living in the past. I'm actually in 2018 when I'm filming this, so it feels weird to be able to say it's 2019 when you're watching this. So today I thought I would bring you a super exciting video. So if you guys follow me on social media or have looked at my website or anything like that over the last few weeks, you would have seen a really exciting announcement that I actually launched early. It should have come out with a book, but I thought, nah, I'm not that cruel. I'm too excited about this. So I launched my Oracle cards a few weeks early, and I'm so glad I did because so many of you were so lovely about it, and I'm just so pleased that you have loved them as much as I have and that you guys are enjoying using them already, which is amazing to see. So Oracle cards are something I use regularly. I use them every day, and I've always been drawn to them over tarot. Now there's not like massive difference. I'm not picking favorites here, but for me, I just feel more connected to Oracle cards, and I think, you know, most of us will just feel drawn to certain decks, and you know, they're different but wonderful in both equal ways. So I have wanted to create my own Oracle card deck for yonks, literally as soon as I started doing my merchandise, as soon as I started writing my book. So yeah, Oracle cards were always on the cards, no pun intended there. So when I started like writing my book and when I started creating my products, I really just knew that one day, I didn't know how, didn't know when, but I knew that I would create my own Oracle cards. Now back then, obviously as I was pitching my book to traditional publishers, or should we say like more well-known publishers, I kind of presumed that my Oracle cards would maybe come through that certain publisher, or you know, through a publishing house after my book, or do you know what I mean? Like, you know, I was just thinking like quite practically of, well, that's what I know happens, so therefore that is the only way it happens. So when I got a no bizarrely for my book, and then obviously I found my actual publisher, that guy's house, I knew that once again the Oracle cards were going to have to be birthed in a new way, in a different way to how I'd kind of imagined them to be birthed. So funnily enough, the book really spurred on the Oracle cards because I'd had an idea of what the Oracle cards were. I hadn't obviously an idea of what the book was. I had written it by then, so I knew that the two tied in so nicely together, and I wanted them to be like sisters. I wanted them to come out at the same time because I obviously had control of when my book comes out. I had control over everything, so I knew at that point that I wanted the Oracle cards to reflect that. So the book is what kick-started me into creating my own Oracle cards. I was like, if I can, like, you know, make this book happen, I am making these Oracle cards happen. So I met Charlie, who designed my Oracle cards, God, like probably about over a year ago now. We met through a mutual friend, and she designed one of my tattoos that I have. I love her artwork so much. She's such a lovely lady, and we always used to joke about how she would design my Oracle cards one day. So she used to live in Dorset where I live, but then she moved away to Germany with her husband, and yeah, it was just, you know, it was just lovely how we met. And obviously I loved my tattoo she designed for me, which Natalie actually tattooed because Charlie wasn't here, and yeah, like we just hit off a friendship straight away. So we always joked about how one day she would design my Oracle cards, and little did we know that she actually really would. So I said to Charlie, like, right, it's happening. Here's my ideas. So I obviously came up with all the cards. I came up with the meanings of the cards. I came up with everything. Like, you know, you have to. There was nobody else. So I obviously created unique cards, and the kind of method behind the cards as such was to really just channel it more than anything. So I knew what I really loved in Oracle card decks, and I also knew what I felt needed updating, more to the point answers, and more, shall we say, unique answers that I didn't really see in other Oracle card decks. So really from my own love of Oracle cards is what kind of spurred my inspiration for what I wanted the kind of answers to be, etc. So yeah, I came up with the 44 cards. 44 is obviously a big number in my life, so it had to be 44, of course. And yeah, came up with the names, the meanings, the messages, and kind of just a rough idea of what I kind of felt the card should look like, just to give Charlie some like inspiration and a kind of like kick mixed up. Obviously I wanted her to, you know, go with her creative flair and, you know, take that and interpret it however she would. So the design process was actually the easiest process. Charlie got to work, we got the 44 cards, and I was just blown away by the beauty, like just how amazing it was. She also designed the front cover as well of the box and booklet, which was a unique take on one of the photos I had done back in the summer, and I just loved that. I mean, it was funny, like my little goddaughter was saying like, why have you got purple hair, Emma? But so what? Why not have purple hair? I love how it's just, you know, such a representation of Charlie's artwork, and it's just different. It's totally different, and that's exactly what I wanted the deck to represent. So once the artwork was done, that, like I said, that was really the easy part. Throughout the artwork process, which took, I reckon, a month and a half at least, just before Charlie's wedding as well, great timing, I was obviously sourcing producers or manufacturers, should we say, to print the deck, to print it all. So I was doing all the graphics of piecing it together, like creating the artwork ready for print. Obviously the box design, the booklet design, everything like that I did myself. Just because I wanted to, like, I knew I could do it because I've obviously designed and created all of my merchandise myself. Like, this is the first time I've ever hired an artist or anything that's come in externally to help with that. But obviously the oracle cards was something I knew I needed, like, specifically kind of designed for you know, for what I envisioned more than anything. So yeah, I still stuck to the design work myself, and then it was to find a manufacturer. And the manufacturing process, it was fine at first. Like, so I found loads of printers here in the UK and in China, because I thought about the Chinese route only because of costings, because I spoke to a lot of people who have created their own oracle decks or self-published, shall we say, and a lot of them were like 30–40 pounds, and I was just like, hell no, I'm not charging that. Hell no, I'm gonna make these the same retail price as what, you know, other oracle card decks are out there. You know, I want to make them affordable, I want to make them accessible, and you know, they've got to be good as well. So I was really asking for a lot by a UK printer, if I'm honest, just because unless you're ordering in your thousands, you know, it is always going to be higher, because big publishing companies obviously order from China way in advance. They order like 5,000 copies, so they obviously save on their costings there. So this is all like the stuff I learned along the process, and this is probably the biggest learning curve, because I had to teach myself Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, because of the numerous problems that came up during the design, the printing process, sorry. So I obviously had to teach myself on that with help from my lovely friend Alan, and I then had to, you know, it was fine, the communication, like I communicate with like printing companies and stuff like that, you know, I kind of get the technical terms, if not I Google it, but yeah, it was fine to start off with. And then once I'd actually found a printer in China, which I was really happy with, and was actually Hay House's printer, can I just say, which I was very proud of myself for finding. I went along with it, and obviously like we were going to go along with the order, and what really annoyed me about those printers were they didn't tell me in the beginning what artwork files they required, sort of, I mean, there's so many technical terms, but to summarize, because I still don't really understand it, they were asking for certain types of files and certain types of colors on the files, and just like basically UK printing and Chinese printing is very different. Like what I was doing was extremely suitable for UK printing but not Chinese printing, because they have these like really high-tech machines or something, I don't know. Anyway, basically my artwork wasn't correct, but what annoyed me was they didn't tell me that until 2 months into the process. So I then had to like fix all the artwork. So it took 6 months overall, and we had about 4 months of delays just by this company not giving me the right information, not providing me with the right information to start off with, going back and forth, like even more costs incurred to fix stuff. Like, oh, it was a nightmare. Like there were so many points in this process where I nearly gave up. I was just like, they're not meant to be birthed, because what could I do? I literally couldn't argue. There was problem after problem after problem, and I was just getting so worked up with this and so frustrated, because the more time that went on, obviously the more money that was being spent to fix these problems, and then there was more problems, and I was like, what? Why don't you just tell me all the problems in one hit, so that I can get them fixed. So anyway, I decided not to go with the Chinese company because so many problems had occurred and so many costs had been incurred my end because they weren't giving me the full story or the correct information, and something just didn't feel right about it. I felt that they were just trying to get more money out of me than what they'd quoted, and just, yeah, it didn't feel good anymore. And also importing, like that was the next problem, importing these goods. You know, it would have just, because obviously I live in my house, I don't have a warehouse, I would have had to take in like shipping containers and stuff from China, and it would have worked, but it would have been like a real big hassle, and then you have to like contact HMRC to like import goods from abroad, and do you know what I mean? There was just a lot of paperwork, a lot of admin, a lot of paperwork, and a lot of stress I didn't need. So all of the while I was talking to my printers here in the UK that I use regularly for all of my notebooks, planners, whatever, and they kept coming back to me. They were trying to beat these quotes because I was like, guys, if I can use you, I 100% want to use you because I trust you. Like, the quality of their products is fantastic. I've never ever been let down with what they've supplied me. And you know, they're affordable, which is, you know, the biggest part, because a lot of printing companies I approached before were really expensive here in the UK, and obviously my costings and my pricings are something I'm really, really conscious of. So they worked really, really hard to match it, but they couldn't. So in the end, I just had this like epiphany one day in the car with Mr. C. So if anything, Mr. C actually helps with this problem unintentionally. Like, I don't think he actually meant to. He wasn't really saying much, but he helped me. I had the epiphany in my own head. So I was talking about the box, and I was saying like, I feel like I need to change the box. I feel like if I change the box, I feel like this problem's gonna solve. I feel like this wall's gonna come down, and like I'm not gonna have these problems. So I emailed my printers, and it was like on a weekend, and I was like, right, I'm gonna change the box. Give me a tuck box instead, because what I was aiming for was the traditional like double box where you pull off the top and then you've got like a hard box. Do you know what I mean? The hard box pull off, you know what I mean? Normal Oracle cards have. So that is what my problem was, because I was like desperate to have this box, and I was like, I want that box. And it was, out of everything, it was to obviously make it look, you know, appealable, and to make them look like proper Oracle cards, I guess, because to me like a tuck box felt quite cheap, which was just ridiculous, because I actually really prefer it now I have it. I'm like, Emma, the universe knew what it was doing. It actually looks 10 times better, plus it's more portable, so if you could pop them in your handbag, you can take them everywhere easily. So really the universe knew what it was doing. So I changed it to the tuck box, and the quote came back from my printers. It was well within budget. It was the perfect price. I was like, okay, it's like more than the Chinese, but you know what? I can order a lesser quantity, so if like they don't sell or anything, I haven't got like 3,000 units in my garage. So I was much, much happier. It felt so much more aligned, and obviously all the artwork was all ready to go because I'd spent so much time changing it. I did have to make some changes back to what it was before, so there were some things which were obviously like unavoidable, but yeah, it was just a much smoother process. And I'm just so pleased with the finished product. So they arrived 4 months. So I started like in July time, so it was like a 6-month process really, by like the ideas, the creation, to the product being delivered, and it would have been so much quicker had I have not had 4 months of delays with other printers. But the universe knew what it was doing. It was perfect timing, and I knew I didn't want to launch them anyway until the book, so I had plenty of time anyway. So yes, they arrived a few days before Christmas, and oh, it was just the best thing ever. Like, when I don't think I've ever cried at a product being delivered before. Like, I love all my products, I'm proud of all of my creations, of course, but Oracle cards, because of the journey I've been on, because of how stunning the artwork is, because it had my heart, soul and everything into it, like when they arrived I just cried, because I was like, they're real, they're here finally, like they're actually here, like after everything. So this has definitely been like the biggest project I've worked on, the biggest learning curve, and the biggest lessons from the universe as well, surprisingly, of like trusting, of really tuning into my intuition, and like changing the box, because as soon as I changed the box the whole game changed and everything just worked and flowed, and oh, it was amazing. So it was really a test again of saying like, stop doing what you think is the normal, stop doing what is mainstream, like you haven't done anything which fits into the traditional box this year, Emma, so there's no way that your box would fit into that. So yes, I'm so proud of what I have created, and I thought I would give you a little show and tell of you know, the cards, what you can expect, what you get inside, how you can use them, etc. So I have done blog posts before over on my website about my own oracle cards and how to use oracle cards in general. So if you want more information, make sure to check out my blog post for sure. And I have also spoken about oracle cards in my daily routine video here on YouTube. So again, if you want to learn like how I use oracle cards, but I'm basically gonna say it now anyway. So this is the box. So you've got myself on the front of the box with my purple hair, and yeah, Charlie designed the image, and then I obviously like brought it all together with the text and everything, but I'm so proud of it. It's got my branded font on there as well. Surprisingly, I think my reservations about the tuck box was that it just wouldn't look professional or it wouldn't feel like a finished product, but honestly this is like such good quality. It's got a beautiful matte silk finish, and I've been going on about matte silk for ages now because I'm just like, it's so soft, I just want to touch it all the time. Like, I've never felt something so soft in my life. So guys, piece of advice, always get matte silk. And it's not that expensive either actually. So yeah, it's got a beautiful matte box, and on the back you've got like a little description, some sample images, the barcode and all the kind of official things as such. So yeah, it opens up at the top, and then you'll have your cards and your booklet inside. So this is the little booklet that you get inside. Again, it is the same design as the box. So inside you get like a little booklet just full of all of the descriptions. At the beginning there's a how to use the cards, different spread ideas, things like that. And then you have all of your cards, so all the meanings. So literally you just, when you pull a card, get your booklet out, have a look inside, and you can read what the messages are. So I'm really proud of these. I love the messages that are in there because they're just so unique, and I love them. So I really hope that they resonate with you. I hope that you're gonna love using these cards. I hope that you're gonna love, I just hope you're gonna love them basically, because there's so much soul and passion from Charlie and myself in there that, yeah, these are just, I've never seen anything like this out there at all. So that's what I wanted to do, is like feel this divine feminine, yes queen, spiritual queen, and really bring spiritual cards, oracle cards into the now really. I think a lot of them have been out quite a few years. I really love Rebecca Campbell's. I think hers were definitely like a big change for oracle cards as well. But I feel like we just needed this. We needed this update. We needed this like sassy yes queen vibe. So that is definitely what's been injected into these cards. It's definitely what has come across in Charlie's designs. So I'm now going to show you the cards, but they're epic. So inside you get your 44 cards, and this is the back cover design. So it was a bit different, I'm not gonna lie. When Charlie showed it to me, I was like, I love it, but it's really different to the kind of vibes we've gone for, because the full deck is like really colourful, and then the box and the back of the cards like really pastel-y, really neutral. So we've really mixed up all the themes here. But I loved this because it's got my triangle and a circle design, loved a little eye, and I really love the palm editions. I think the palm editions were just really unique, and I just really love it. When I saw it come together, I was like, actually, I really love that. Like, I didn't think it would work, but I actually love it. Like, it's epic. So, loving the back design. So I have shuffled these cards, so then they will be in alphabetical order, but mine have been more than shuffled now because I've used them a lot. So mine are definitely not in alphabetical order. So I'm going to show you a couple of cards now, my favourites. I mean, I shouldn't have favourites, but I do, I'm not gonna lie. So a few of my favourites, I've basically got half the deck here, I'm not gonna lie. So I'll talk about how to use them a little bit first. So there is really no right or wrong answer with these. Literally, you can use them however you want to. So sometimes what I like to do over morning is just really center myself, always tap the energy out of a deck. That's what I always say, is just literally like tap it. And not a lot of people know about that. And when people say, where did you learn that? I'm like, I actually don't know. I definitely didn't channel it. Someone told me sometime. But yeah, I've always just knocked energy out of a deck. Especially if other people are touching it, or like, you know, they're using them, always knock the energy out. So it's your energy that's on the cards of the day, and there's not like any other energy influencing it. Because sometimes, like, if someone drews them just before you, you don't want like their answers coming out for your question, if that makes sense. So always knock the energy out. Then you can literally just like center yourself, hold the deck against your chest. That's what I like to do, and just be like, universe, what do I need to know today? And then you can just start shuffling the cards and stop if you feel drawn to it and pull a card, or let one fall out. If any fall out or flip, that's your card, so don't disregard that. So yeah, you can simply just do a 1 card pull, and then you could literally just like pop it on your altar. That's what I do behind me. I just pop it on my altar for the day as my kind of inspiration, or my key message or key mantra to follow for the day. And then you could obviously look up the meaning in the booklet, and yeah, that will be your answer. So the point of oracle cards as such is you can ask for daily inspiration like that, for example, but you can also ask your own desired questions. So if you've got like a situation, you could be like, what do I need to know right now about this? Or what's the outcome of this? Or, you know, whatever the question is, like, should I go for the job, or should I change career, or whatever it is you want to ask, these are what these cards are designed for. So they're really simple and easy to read messages. You know, for instance, this one's Let It Go. Obviously I had to put a Disney reference in there. Couldn't just have let go, it was let it go. And she's dancing around like, just like, let it go. We won't tell Disney about that. It could have some copyright issues. That's why it's got no Disney references whatsoever. So yeah, they're really easy to read messages, and especially in the booklet as well, like it's got like a key mantra of the cards, and then a description of what your angels or the universe are asking you. And I also like to address my questions to my angels as well, but honestly, just do what vibes with you, what works with you. That is what all spiritual work is about. It's what resonates with you. But yeah, there's definitely no right or wrong. You could do a 3 card pull. Traditionally, oracle cards would probably be a 1 card pull really, but you can do any spread with oracle cards. So sometimes you do a 3 card spread. So your first card would be your past influence or a past event that has happened. Your middle card, your second card, will be your current situation or your current advice on the situation. And then your third card would be your future or your outcome card. So yeah, I like to do 3 card spreads sometimes. They're really good. But you could just make up your own. Sometimes I just freestyle. I'm just like, what do I need to know right now? What's the block? What's the outcome? Like, and what do I need to do to best support myself? So you can literally make up your own spreads here. So if anybody has any ideas, please put them in the comments down below, because I'm sure like I want to try them, and I'm sure everybody else will. So anyway, I'll get back on to showing you the cards. So we've seen Let It Go. There are obviously some much more detailed pictures over on my website and on the listing for you to have a little look at, but I thought I'd just give you a sneak peek, because why not? This one is Learning. I love this because she popped a little positivity planner in there as well. I was like, it's my positivity planner. So as well as having, obviously there is a lot of beautiful women in my deck, we also have symbols and meanings as well, and animals. So this one, for instance, is Keep Going, and this is, I'm hoping I've got this right. Charlie did tell me, she did a lot of research into these, and she said that this is the symbol for, I think it's either karma or change. I think it's karma, so it's like the wheel of karma or something. I'm hoping that's right, otherwise I'm gonna really embarrass myself here, but I'm pretty certain that's what she said. So like that's about keep going, and karma's, you know, gonna support you and stuff. So we have got, as well as like beautiful women on here, we've also got different messages as well. This one's one of my favorites, abundance. Beautiful little woman surrounded by butterflies, love that one. This one I love as well, voice, love that, very divine feminine vibes. Oh, just love it. It's like speaking your truth, speaking up for yourself. This one, love this one as well, Not Yet. She's very sassy. I love this woman. She's like, not yet sister, but it's happening. So love that one. This one again, my favorite. I mean, like I said, they're all my favorites, but Believe is a gorgeous one. I just love her hair. I love the planets. Oh, it's so cosmic. Meditation. This was one of the first, I think this was the first one that Charlie did, and I was just like, wow, I am loving these vibes. So loved her. Yeah, then we've got some like handy ones as well. So this is healing, so she's holding a crystal. So yeah, we've got loads of different designs. Again, love this one. Inner child, such a cute one as well, and so important. We've got this one, which is rise, and we've got a phoenix on there because the phoenix rising from the ashes. Loved this one. Oh, I love this one as well. I'm just saying I love all of them, aren't I? This one is purpose, so I love her vibe, and she's got the flower of life on her. This one as well I love, ask for support, like women supporting women, love it as always. And then again, another animal one, change for butterflies. So you can see the butterflies like progressing into a beautiful butterfly, but gorgeous, love that one. This one I love as well. This one is relax, and she's just in like a pool of universal foaminess. I love it. And synchronicities as well. This one I really love. I have such good vibes off this woman. Literally, when I saw it, I was like, yes, it's synchronicities. So she's got some numerology around her, and I just love them. They're also beautiful, they're also sassy, they all just represent so much amazing divine feminine vibes. And just I love every single card in this deck. Like when I say I'm proud, like I am proud to put my name to this. I am proud to just have created such a unique deck, which is going to help, well, I hope help so many people for sure. So those are my oracle cards. They are available on my website and on my Etsy store. The links will be down below for you. But thank you all so much for all your support and love already on these. It just means the world that you guys love these as much as I do. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below as well, because I reply to them all, and of course it'd be great to hear your thoughts. But I hope you have enjoyed coming along this process with me. This is the first project I was able to keep absolutely secret for once in my life. There were a couple occasions I slipped up. Rebecca Campbell accidentally announced it in her podcast, so not many people picked up on it, but some people did, and I had to come clean. I was like, yes, okay, I am, but shush, don't tell anybody. But I slipped up quite a few times. I slipped up on an Instagram live, someone guessed it, and I think that was it, to be honest. But apart from that, I'm very proud of myself that I didn't ruin the surprise. I was able to keep something a secret. But obviously I launched them 2 weeks before I should have, so I kind of failed on that one, but I was happy. They came out exactly when they were meant to, and I'm so glad that so many of you were able to start off the new year with the cards. And yeah, it's just been such a proud journey for myself. I'm so proud of Charlie as well, and I just really hope you guys enjoy using these cards. So if you've got any questions at all, again, pop them in the comments down below. I'll respond to them if you've got any comments about the cards or questions, etc. Like I said, if you want to learn more in depth how to use oracle cards or what they are, I've got a few blog posts on my website, and I have done a video before about them. But yes, thank you so much for coming along on this journey with me. I can't wait to see what 2019 holds for us all. And yeah, if you'd like to purchase some, obviously the links are down below, and tag me in your photos, guys. I want to see you using them for sure. So thank you so much, guys, for watching my video. I appreciate all your views and likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again soon. Don't forget, you can also, actually, I forgot to tell you this, guys. I am also doing a January challenge. It will have started already by the time you watch this, but you can catch up, it's fine. So swipe up to join my free Law of Attraction support group over on Facebook, and over on there each day throughout the first week of January, I am holding a 2019 manifesting challenge. So you can join me and all the lovely souls who are in that group already to celebrate 2019, to take part in the challenges that I set every single day to really help you manifest successfully throughout this year and create the life of your dreams. So don't worry if you're joining now or you're only hearing about this, you can catch up on the posts which are on the group, not a problem. And I really hope that challenge helps you this year manifest your dream life. Thank you guys, and I will see you in my next video, which will be next week. Lots of love, guys.